Today's warm-up, we're going to be subtracting integers using both chips and so the first thing we're going to do is use our chips. And as you can see, we're starting out with -4, and we are subtracting or taking away +6. So we're going to draw them out. I am going to color code them, but I'm also going to label them the way that you would label them if you were just using a pencil and paper, or some of you still insist on using your pens. But regardless, I've got red chips, and those are 4 negative chips. Now I need to take away, I only have negative chips, and I need to take away positive chips. So of course the question I always ask to make sure that we guide ourselves to the correct procedure is, what can we add to any number and not change it? Well, of course everybody knows that we can't add anything to a number and not change it, so that would mean it's 0. And when we use chips, we represent those zeros using a 0 pair. So this would be 1 0 pair. And as you can see, that only gives me 1 positive chip, 1 yellow chip, and I need to have 6 of them to take away. So what that means I need to do is draw, or make sure I have 6 0 pairs, because that way I'm going to have enough positive chips to take 6 of them away. So again, I am color coding them. You're not required to do that, but make sure you do label them as positive or negative. And I need to now take away, here's the 6 positives, and I'm going to take those away. And this is what I'm left with. So therefore my answer, if I count those up, I'm going to have the 4 original negatives plus 6 more negatives. So the answer is going to be -10. And I've displayed that using my chips. Okay, the next thing, we're going to do the same problem, but we're going to be using our number line. So remember, the 4 steps we always use when we say use our number line is to start, face, move, and end. And every single time we do this, we need to write it out. Some of you, for whatever reason, don't like to write it out, but you really need to. Okay, and then I know when I look at this, there are 3 things here. I've got start, face, move, and then of course I know that I'm going to have my answer is going to be where I end. So I'm going to start at -4. I do not need to draw the entire number line. I just put that right in the middle. And then I need to decide which way I'm going to face. Now because it's subtracting, I'm going to face this end of my number line is negative, and this end of my number line is positive. So I'm going to face in the direction of what that symbol is. So that symbol is subtraction, so they're going to face to the right. Remember, I only face right or left. I don't face forward or backward. And the thing that told us to face, oh my goodness, I got some of the confusion some of you have had today and yesterday. That's okay, we're going to fix that. When I'm subtracting, I always face to the left, because I'm facing towards the negative end, or the subtracting end of my number line. Now my move tells me which direction to move on based upon the sign of that number. So that number is positive, so that means I'm going to be moving forward. And of course I'm going to be moving forward 6 because it's +6. And remember, the thing that told us that is the fact that it's positive. So we have to say to ourselves, which way is forward? Well, I'm facing in this direction, so that means this way is forward. I need to move forward 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to figure out what these numbers are. That's -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, -10. So this is where I'm going to end. And that number, of course, is -10. Now, make sure you double check that you get the same answer using your chips as you do the number line, because if they're different, that means certainly one of them is wrong, and you need to go back and figure out which one it is. In this case, we got -10 for both the chips and the number line. So that works out. We don't need to go back and double check anything, and that is our answer.